Anthony, Fox News. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo just confirmed that while meeting with Italy's foreign minister in Rome. And while Democrats accuse President Trump of asking Ukraine's leader to investigate a political rival on that call, Joe Biden, Pompeo says
it was about helping the Ukrainians to get graft out and corruption outside of their government.
Pompeo also talked about his pushback on the House Democrat push to question current and former State Department officials. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, Secretary Pompeo told reporters the Democrats' demands to depose 5 diplomats deeply violate fundamental principles of separation of powers.
They contacted State Department employees directly, told them not to contact legal counsel at the State Department.
Pompeo also objects to a condition that the State Department not be present at the depositions. He added the administration will do its constitutional duty to cooperate with the co-equal branch of Congress. Today, the State Department's Inspector General will go to Capitol Hill for an urgent briefing with House and Senate committee staffers. Dave?
Rachel, no tweets yet this morning from the president, but he wrote last night, what's going on isn't an impeachment, it's a coup. Days before U.S. and North Korean nuclear talks resume, another North Korean ballistic missile test. Launched from the sea this time, perhaps a barge or a submarine.
North Korea has conducted a flurry of weapons tests in recent months, but this one may have been more provocative. Missiles launched from submarines are harder to detect, and Japan says at least part of the weapon came down in Japanese waters. The first time a North Korean test has come that close to Japan in nearly 2 years.
Fox's Simon Owen. 2 years ago, most of us woke up to the news of a massacre in Las Vegas. Last night, they rang that bell after reading the names of all 58 people murdered, and they lit candles and formed a human chain around the site. Police killed the gunman then. We still don't know why he did it. America's listening to Fox News.
Are you putting your retirement savings in a 401k, IRA, or investment account? Then I have one word of advice. Stop. Many experts warn of a stock market crash any day now. And if it's anything like the last 2 crashes, you could lose 50% or more of your hard-earned savings in the Wall Street casino. Can you afford to lose half of your retirement savings again? Hey, you don't have to lose a penny because there's a better, safer way to save for retirement. And you can learn all about it in a free report. This is the report Wall Street and big banks desperately hope you never see. Why? Because this method continues to grow your money even when the market tumbles. It lets you take back control of your money and finances, and it gives you penalty-free access to your savings. Plus, it beats the pants off any 401k or IRA. These are uncertain times, so get the information you need today to guarantee your retirement security. To get this free report, go to bankonyourself.com right now. That's bankonyourself.com. bankonyourself.com.
Another poll has Elizabeth Warren catching up to Joe Biden in the Democratic presidential race. This time in New Hampshire, the St. Anselm survey gives Warren 25%, 1 point ahead of Biden. Bernie Sanders, third at 11%. Warren also recently took leads over Biden in national and Iowa polls. Facebook's CEO may not like Warren surging in the 2020 race.
A leaked Facebook Q&A recording published by The Verge reveals Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg may end up suing the federal government if White House hopeful Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren is elected president.
But look, at the end of the day, if someone's going to try to threaten something that existential, you go to the mat and you fight.
Senator Warren, who has made breaking up big tech a presidential campaign promise, responding on Twitter, saying a system that lets giant companies like Facebook engage in illegal anti-competitive practices needs to be stopped. Facebook has yet to respond. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are raising the possibility of breaking Facebook off from its platforms WhatsApp and Instagram. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
There are 2 more deaths linked to vaping, this time in New Jersey and Virginia, related to the outbreak of lung ailments, sickening hundreds of people across the country. And while some states and cities ban vaping or flavored e-cigarettes, the industry is blaming the illnesses on black market products. A rare mosquito-borne virus that's infected a dozen people in Massachusetts has caused another death in Connecticut.
Eastern equine encephalitis, better known as Triple E, has claimed the life of a woman in East Haddam, Connecticut. The woman, said to be in her 60s, contracted the rare disease the second week of September and died a week later. 4 people have tested positive for EEE in Connecticut so far this year, and 3 have died. The disease is rare. It begins with a mosquito bite. And the person begins showing symptoms such as a headache, high fever, chills, and vomiting about 4 to 10 days after being bitten. About a third of the people who get it die.
That's Fox's Sue Guzman. On Wall Street, stock futures suggest more selling at the opening bell this morning. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Dave, we've got your local news from Jamie Monticelli, and it's coming your way thanks to the folks at Hula Hands. They've got their big finale tonight. They've been doing throughout the summer their Thursday evening patio play. I'm sorry, it's tomorrow night for Hula Hands, and Bo Thomas will be on stage. So we're looking forward to that. Hula Hands at First and St. Mary. Always terrific drink specials and appetizers from 4 to 6. Their happy apps and drink specials are one of my favorites. So check it out. Bring somebody to Hula Hands, and don't forget that Sunday brunch option is delicious. Hula Hands at First and St. Mary, bringing on our local news. It is 7:05.
I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. 2.5 years in prison is the sentence for a Champaign man who admitted he fled from police in 2017. 46-year-old Michael Lomolino pleaded guilty to aggravated fleeing and eluding, connected to a traffic stop from June 5th of 2017. The assistant state's attorney says a U of I police officer stopped Lomolino and, given Lomolino's prior drug-related police contacts, asked for help from a canine officer. Lomolino refused to get out of the car and took off. Foxconn Interconnect Technology and the University of Illinois are teaming up for a new $100 million Center for Smart Technology. The Center for Networked Intelligent Components will be headquartered in the college's Coordinated Science Laboratory. The founding director will be Placide Ferreira, professor of mechanical science and engineering. It'll go to the UI Granger College of Engineering. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Hula Hands is a great place to take that special someone in your life. Looking to spice things up? Their chef prepares delicious entrees paired with your favorite drinks from their extensive bar. On Tuesdays, they feature half-price bottles of wine, and if you can't finish it, their bartender can safely seal it to take it home. Hula Hands at First and St. Mary's, just south of the State Farm Center, is a great choice for happy apps and drink specials 4 to 6 p.m. weekdays and all day on Sunday. This Thursday from 6:30 to 8:30, it's patio play with music from Bo Thomas. Hula Hands, just south of the State Farm Center.
We've got your weather forecast now, and it's brought to you by Blossom Basket Florist. Surprise somebody today with a terrific bouquet from Blossom Basket Florist. Kerr in Cunningham in Urbana, also at the Crossing in Champaign. You can call 367-ROSE or visit blossombasket.com. We've got partly cloudy conditions, still warm, high 86, low 66. More clouds and a 20% chance of precipitation late. Partly cloudy and a high 71, low 45 for tomorrow. And we'll wrap up the week on Friday with a high 67, low 49. Oktoberfest is coming our way with Stevie J in Germany. I know he knows authentically how it is, but in downtown Champaign, under the tents, it's a party to benefit Developmental Services Center. $5 entry fee, 3 different bands, lots of terrific beer, pretzels, German food. That should be great on Saturday with a high 74 and a low 52 expected and a 20% shot at showers. We're currently at 72 on ESPN 93.5. I'm Diane Ducey holding down the fort, and we've had Stevie J checking in from his travels with Stevie J Travel, and it's been really neat hearing the different accents and the different people with this international flavor on ESPN 93.5.
I'm talking with Emily. She's the program director here on Viking Laughlin. She's amazing. How many years have you been on a ship, a boat, something that floats?
I've been about 12 years on ocean ships, and this is now my 2nd year with Viking on river ships.
Why are you so happy all the time? Is this a fake? Are you that good at what you do, Emily?
No, this is me. I love my job. My job is my passion, and that's why where this positive energy comes from. I want to make sure that everybody has a great time. This is me, personal, in my private life, in my professional life.
You don't sleep?
I never sleep. I just charge my batteries.
What is it about people? You see new people every single week. You make friends. You connect with them. That's a gift. But every week it's a new batch of people, and every week it's the same, but it's not the same. How do you explain that?
Well, it's just like I know that it's hard for people really to come on a cruise ship, on a river ship. You work really hard to really have a great vacation, and I want to give my experience, my positive energy to all the guests that are coming on board, and I want to really make sure that they have a great experience with us.
Have you been on stage? Have you done acting, that kind of thing?
Absolutely not. I have not done any acting, nothing.
Were you class president in your school?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not, no. I was not a shy person at school. I was having a great time, but I was not the wild one either.
what is your greatest challenge every week?
My greatest challenge, I really want to make sure that everybody has a great time, that they have a smile on their faces. If I see that somebody is not smiling, I'm trying to go there and just to speak with them personally. Mm-hmm. And when you see that it's just the person itself that they are like that, you just keep your distance a little bit, yeah.
But you love what you do.
I love it.
You must get tired, though.
Never, ever. I'm never tired because I love it. It's my passion.
Yeah, when you get time off, what do? Do you go out in the street, start talking to people and seeing if they're having a good day?
No, when I'm getting off, just on our first day, that's where I'm sleeping until 11 in the morning, and then that's when I'm recuperating. But after 2-3 days, I just want to come back to work already.
What is it like working for Viking? I mean, number one. I mean, when you're number one, everybody tries to beat you. You continually show the survey results. People are happiest. You're number one in the world when it comes to cruising river.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic, to be honest with you. I mean, I worked for different companies on the ocean liners, but Viking really makes something different. They have a great marketing. They really have a great marketing. Whatever they are promising to the guests that are coming on board, they are delivering it even more, in my opinion. And everybody's happy. I never had, so far, really guests that were unhappy after their trip with Viking.
Okay, so the culture, because if you work for other companies, there's something unique about Viking's culture.
Yeah, well, we have special trainings that Viking are providing to every single crew member. We have they are emphasizing on how we should really be with guests. Now, due to the fact that I had already the experience, it's naturally. It's the passion that comes back again. It's this passion that gives you this special gift to give it to the guests.
All right, you have a vacation coming up. Does that mean Viking will close their operations? If Emily's not here, we can't go.
No, so basically we are sailing during a particular season. So now the Viking Lofen started end of March and we are finishing November the 7th. Now there are still a few river ships with Viking that are sailing until mid-December. They do Christmas cruises, but otherwise when the season is over, we are basically... The ships are going to Cologne, for example. We have a winter harbor, and that's where they get their maintenance. That's where they get their repair, whatever needs to be changed for the next season. So that's where we have a break. Yeah.
Do a great job. Congratulations on your success. You've been fabulous here. Emily is the face of Viking Lofen. Great job this week. You really did well.
Thank you so much, Stevens. Thank you. I'm glad really that you had a great time.
It's Emily, program manager, director, the one in charge. She could probably drive the boat if she wanted to. It's ESPN 93.5.
She says, thank you so much, Steven. I love it. So, guten Tag. Have a good day in Germany. We hosted 3 different exchange students from Germany in my time in Tolono at the home where I grew up. I was an exchange student there also, so very happy that Stevie J Travel has 34 people from East Central Illinois experience all the grandeur of Europe. And we started out last week, in fact, gave away some Cardinals tickets to the folks who could identify where he was when he talked about the Anne Frank Museum and touring a windmill. I thought it was a pretty easy clue. Winner from Muhammad enjoyed those tickets over the weekend to see the Cubs-Cardinals finale. Yeah, we've got the Nationals beating Milwaukee 4-3. We've got your headlines coming up here on ESPN 93.5. That NL wild card was indeed wild yesterday. And, of course, we'll gear up for the St. Louis Cardinals at 4 o'clock tomorrow, taking on those Atlanta Braves. The American League wild card with Oakland hosting the Tampa Bay Rays. Baseball season in October. Always interesting. It's 7:14. Our offer comes your way at 8:30 today. Have you checked out Rosati's? A terrific restaurant over by Cranard Center on Gregory. And as their partner, we want to promote different things like their pizza, delicious wings, salad, pastas, even desserts. I believe on Wednesdays they have an Italian beef special that Shane Morrison raves about. I need to try that out. We've got a gift card that you must use within 7 days, and then you can evaluate your experience at Rosati's. So get ready to win as we go live with that offer on the website GoStever.com. Again, Stevie's kids, when he come up with a crazy idea, would say, easy, Stever. So that's why GoStever is the name of the website. The offer going live from Rosati's at 8:30. ESPN 93.5.
At Honda BMW, they believe in letting you make the choice when you're ready. And now you don't even need to come into their award-winning dealership to buy your car if you don't want to. Just go to drivechampagne.com. Click on the type of vehicle you're interested in and look to the right-hand side of the page. It says Express Purchase. That means you can buy a car on your computer right now, only at the award-winning Honda BMW Express Purchase. Go to drivechampagne.com.
It's cutting into your exercise time. It's stabbing you in the back nine. And it's attacking your peace of mind. It's pain, and it's getting in between you and the life you want to live. CBD Medic targets your pain at its source. It's fast-acting relief with active OTC ingredients, plus the added benefits of THC-free hemp oil. Get back to your life with CBD Medic. Available online and at CVS. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It's not ironic that the last 4 digits of Rosati's are 2334. The 2 best Chicago athletes wore number 23 and number 34, and Rosati's makes some of the best Chicago-style pizza in Champaign-Urbana. 23, the number of the greatest basketball player ever, Michael Jordan. Like Rosati's, they always are delivering in the clutch. Walter Payton or Sweetness wore number 34. Rosati's has a smooth and sweet sauce that packs a powerful punch of flavor on their pie like Walter Payton in the end zone. So get the legendary Chicago-style pizza by dialing 328-2334 or 328 Michael Jordan, Walter Payton.
ESPN 93.5 at 7:16. That was a Rosati's commercial. Again, live with the offer on GoStever.com. Register today. Get in on the fun with some of these restaurant vouchers. And again, 8:30 today for Rosati's Pizza. Hans D., how are you this morning?
Hello, good morning. I'm doing well.
I'm all like 3 coffees in, and you're kind of on the mellow side. We're going to talk about sports here, and I appreciate you coming in and observing the show as our diehard intern here. The NL wild card was certainly wild yesterday. Nationals on top of Milwaukee. We've got kind of a Redbird recap here that we'll go to on ESPN 93.5.
This Redbird recap is brought to you by Spectrum Mobile. Spectrum Mobile has unlimited talk, text, and data, and you can save up to 40%. Go to SpectrumMobile.com today.
Just one day away from the Cardinals and Braves opening up the National League Divisional Series in Atlanta. Game 1 will be tomorrow night. Miles Mikolas will be on the mound for the Cardinals. That announcement came yesterday from the club. Both the Redbirds and Braves will be on the field in Atlanta today, working out and also meeting with the media prior to their game tomorrow night. Last night, the Washington Nationals punched their ticket to the NLDS, coming from behind and erasing a 3-0 deficit to beat the Milwaukee Brewers 4-3 in D.C. Milwaukee jumped on Max Scherzer early with a 2-run home run from Yasmani Grandal in the first and a home run from Eric Thames in the second, but the Nationals came back. They will get the Dodgers in the NLDS tonight, the Rays and A's in Oakland. I'm Chris Raby on the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network.
Did you know that with Spectrum Mobile, you could save big on your wireless bill? Get our Buy the Gig plan for just $14 a gig and pay for only the data you use. Unlimited talk and text included. Go ahead, grab your wireless bill and compare. Use a lot of data? We've got you covered. Ask about our unlimited data plan. Spectrum Mobile, the best network, the best devices, the best value. Get Spectrum Mobile today at SpectrumMobile.com. Visit SpectrumMobile.com for offer restrictions and details.
On the American League side, Oakland hosting the Tampa Bay Rays, and we've got our own St. Louis Cardinals tomorrow at 4 here on ESPN 93.5 as they use Miles Mikolas on the mound, and Atlanta Braves use Dallas Keuchel. Should be a great game. Jack Flaherty will go in Game 2 for the St. Louis Cardinals. Theo Epstein and his list. Hans D., a Cubs fan. What are you seeing for some potential people?
Hello. The top 3 candidates for this position could be former catcher David Ross, Cubs bench coach Mark Loretta, and Cubs first base coach Will Venable.
Okay.
And the favorite right now is David Ross.
Okay, good to know. It is 7:19, and your weather forecast looks good for today. Partly cloudy with a high 84 expected, down to around 63 this evening. And we're changing up a bit with this chance of precipitation. 72 the high tomorrow, and then 67 on Friday. Definitely fall on the horizon. 72 now with your Fox Business Minute, brought to you by Provident Financial Group.
I'm Deirdre Bolton, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Investors are moving cautiously after a dismal reading on manufacturing businesses. The ISM survey of purchasing managers indicates manufacturing slumped in September to the weakest reading since 2009. Companies are reporting concerns about the trade dispute with China. The month also included the start of the General Motors strike. This morning, Deere & Company says it will be laying off more than 160 workers in Illinois and Iowa because of weaker demand for its farm, forestry, and construction equipment. Twitter says it's back up after a worldwide outage hit its website and its dashboard management platform TweetDeck. However, TechCrunch says users in Asia and Europe are still reporting problems this morning. Twitter's service also went down for an hour in July. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola. Invested in you.
Shannon Green.
There is a lot of adrenaline with being a journalist. I think it's one of the things that drew us to the business. You want to be well informed so that whenever news breaks, you're ready to tackle it. I think the nighttime hours are invaluable. The fact that we've added a hard news hour at 11 p.m. Eastern is critical. Whatever is developed through the day, people are fully informed from coast to coast before they go to bed. There is something about getting that score, knowing you've gotten it right, and breaking something that's really important.
On Fox News Channel, real news, real honest opinion.
This is Eric Bolin with Provident Financial Group. Finding your way to retirement may feel a bit like working your way through a maze. Without a guide, it's hard to see if you're headed in the right direction. We can offer guidance along the way to help you see the bigger picture and make sound financial decisions. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place in Champaign. Call 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Did you know overall job satisfaction is at its highest level in 15 years? Wow. 51%. Wait, what? That's barely half. Would you see a doctor with 51% patient satisfaction? No way. Yet 49% of you keep driving to that unsatisfying job. Why? You have options. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Classes meet just twice a week. It's not rocket science. It's My Computer Career. mycomputercareer.edu.
Fox Tonight. Critic rave, it's a smash. A family-friendly godsend.
Yes, girl, yes!
And it's back.
Who is the Mad Singer?
You won't believe the celebrity we unmask next. Then, yesterday they were strangers. Today,
the miracle of DNA testing. We're genetically connected.
They're sisters.
Our worlds have turned upside down, but I'm going to be here for you.
The premiere of Almost Family. After The Masked Singer. Fox Tonight.
Over 30 years ago, Rotary made a promise to the world. A promise that we would eradicate polio. With the help of our partners and friends, we've made incredible progress toward that goal.
So today we find ourselves on the brink of completely eradicating polio from the face of the earth. When, not if, we get there, it will be only the second time in history that a disease affecting humans has been eradicated.
The Gates Foundation believes that every child deserves a chance to live a healthy, productive life. That's why we're so excited about the partnership we have with Rotary International and the Global Polio Eradication Initiative in the final push to rid the world of polio. Together, I'm confident we'll achieve a polio-free world. Let's drop to zero.
Let's drop to zero. Let's drop to zero.
Rotary International recognizes October as End Polio Month.
It is 7:24. I'm Diane Ducey. Hans D., our intern, joining us. He typically is part of the drive with Lonte and Derek Piper, but I'm glad he was able to come in this morning, studying to be a pilot, a student at Parkland. Just love Hans D., even if run into him at church and the like. All right. We have our guest on the line on ESPN 93.5, and we're talking about music that you listen to in the car. So this should be interesting. I need to get my music here that they talk about ready to go as a bump. So let's listen to some Green Day and American Idiot. I guess this gets people pumped up when they're in the car. So we'll be visiting with Scott Snelling about this.
Don't want a nation under the new media. And can you hear the sound of hysteria? The subliminal mind, America.
I mean, I'm getting pumped up just listening to it. Scott Snelling, aren't you?
I am. I'm a child of the 80s and 90s, so yeah, I love some Green Day.
Yeah, and I saw them in concert. Actually, I was in Louisiana at the time, and there's this big old bridge you have to cross to go into New Orleans on I-10, and there was an accident. And when they airlift people out, you know you're going to be stuck for hours on that bridge, and I saw their last song.
Oh, no, that is terrible.
So I was really frustrated in traffic on this topic. Scott Snelling, welcome to ESPN 93.5. What are the most dangerous songs to listen to in the car, according to this study?
Well, they only chose 10 songs for the study. So as your lead-in suggested, Green Day's American Idiot was number one, the number one most dangerous song, followed by Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA. And then to round out the top three is The Killers' Mr. Brightside.
Okay. Well, again, with you being a child of the 80s, 90s, whatever, I'm sure those songs are interesting to you. I see that Red Hot Chili Peppers' Under the Bridge and Drake's God's Plan were safe songs. Is that what they're calling them?
Well, the safest of those 10 anyway, the actual safest one is Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. So I think by looking at the top three and the bottom three, you can kind of tell the differences. And the main difference between all of them is the tempo of the song.
Okay. So that's key when we're driving. We don't want to get too pumped up like with American Idiot there from Green Day. It makes us just hit the gas pedal. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so what the study looked at was basically aggressive driving. They're measuring speed and how often you're changing lanes, as well as what they're calling perceived mental workload. This study and previous studies basically look at, hey, what constitutes aggressive driving, and we'll measure that as these drivers are listening to different music. And so as the tempo increases, so does the speed and the aggressiveness, like lane changing.
Okay, I see. Well, with you being in the Dallas area, I'm sure you've seen more aggressive driving these days. I know I do in the Champaign-Urbana area here in East Central Illinois.
I tell you what, anytime I have friends come visit me, by the time they get to my home, they're usually white-faced because they aren't used to dealing with the craziness of Dallas traffic, that's for sure.
And it's the same for us in Chicago,
we've all been listening to music in the vehicles for a long, long time, so that's probably one of the first distracted driving things that we encountered growing up.
That's true. That's true. And, for me, back in the day, we didn't even pay attention much to our safety belts and things like that. I mean, I can remember going on road trips and sleeping in the back of the station wagon. So we've definitely taken it up a notch. But when it comes to the music in the car, I never really thought of that as really getting us going. Now, it talks about that American Idiot song from Green Day as having, is it 189 beats per minute? That is a fast song.
That's quite the up-tempo. And what the studies have shown is that really anything that has a tempo higher than your normal heart rate, which is usually somewhere between 60 and 80 beats per minute, that's going to tend to start to get you pumped up a little bit and raise your aggressiveness.
I see. So do you, in your studies or what you do there in Dallas, Scott Snelling, are you giving us some tips then on driving? I mean, should we just turn it down? What do you think?
I think really it's more of an awareness thing. I don't think anybody's suggesting you stop listening to music in your drive. The silence can be just as bad according to other studies. But I think really it's just, hey, if you're going to be jamming out to your favorite song, on your way to a concert or coming home from work or wherever you're going, just realize that it can have an effect on you. I always tell people, hey, if you're going to be jamming out to your favorite song, do it and pretend like there's a highway patrolman in your rearview mirror, right? So that you have that awareness of, hey, I'm having a good time, I'm into the music, but I'm paying attention to what's going on around me.
Good tip. Scott Snelling, have a great day, and thank you so much for checking in with us.
All right. Thank you, Diane. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care. We are ESPN 93.5. At 7:30, we'll check our Fox News for 1 minute.
The world is so beautiful. Sun, sky, stars, rainbows, and more. The colors of nature are the most amazing part of God's creation. Blossom Basket brings that creation into your home with bouquets of flowers. Flowers don't have to be for a special occasion. Just bring them into your home to brighten your day. Give Blossom Basket a call at 217-367-ROSE so God's creation can reside in your household.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo acknowledges he was on the phone call in July when President Trump asked Ukraine's president to investigate Joe Biden and his son Hunter. He says that call was about helping Ukraine's government end corruption and that House Democrats are improperly pressuring State Department employees for testimony.
We won't tolerate folks on Capitol Hill bullying, intimidating State Department employees. That's unacceptable, and it's not something that I'm going to permit to happen.
Secretary Pompeo in Rome. Johnson & Johnson has a deal to avoid this month's federal trial over opioid addiction.
The company announcing it's reached settlements with Cuyahoga and Summit counties in Ohio. They'll pay them $10 million, reimburse them $5 million in legal fees, and contribute nearly $5.5 million to nonprofit agencies in the Cleveland and Akron areas that deal with the effects of the opioids epidemic.
Fox's Jack Callahan. America's listening to Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. A bronze statue, a replica of Illini football star Dick Butkus, will be unveiled on the east side of Memorial Stadium during a dedication next week. The News-Gazette says it is 12 feet tall. It was sculpted by George Lundeen, an Illinois alumnus. The dedication is October 11th, the day before the Illini game against Chicago. Lundeen did 3 clay models, and Butkus picked out one he liked. It'll be set on a brick and limestone pedestal. Foxconn Interconnect Technology and the University of Illinois are teaming up for a new $100 million Center for Smart Technology. The Center for Networked Intelligent Components will be headquartered in the college's Coordinated Science Laboratory. The founding director will be Placide Ferreira, professor of mechanical science and engineering. It'll go to the UI Granger College of Engineering. The News-Gazette says Foxconn Interconnect Technology committed $50 million over 10 years. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
The holidays are coming up, and I need to replace my old stove and microwave. I am sick of them. First, we went to Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, and they had this gorgeous black stainless steel range with a matching over-the-range microwave on sale for over $700 off. It has durable cast iron grates and a griddle, self-clean and convection. They both came with 3 10-year protection plan and 0% financing for the whole year. But we wanted to check out the big box lumberyard, too. We like to never find anybody to help us. They did have the same things there, but when we compared price, warranty, delivery, installation, and everything, we went back to Dick Van Dyke and saved $250 over the big box. Wow!
I'm Dennis Reekin, president of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. This could be your true story in Champaign-Urbana during the month of October. Get ready for the holiday cooking and save hundreds of dollars. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
At Honda BMW, they believe in letting you make the choice when you're ready. And now you don't even need to come into their award-winning dealership to buy your car if you don't want to. Just go to drivechampaign.com, click on the type of vehicle you're interested in, and look to the right-hand side of the page. It says Express Purchase. That means you can buy a car on your computer right now, only at the award-winning Honda BMW Express Purchase. Go to drivechampaign.com.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter of Country Arbors Nursery. This Monday, September 30th, is the beginning of what Champaign-Urbana has been waiting for all year, the Country Arbors annual Fall Sale and Kids Day. The sale goes from Monday the 30th to Sunday, October 6th. Every shrub, tree, and perennial is on sale, all at least 20% off. While the sale's for the adults, Saturday, October 5th is for the kids. We'll have a giant slide, fall decorating, Russ and his amazing turtles, and all of our equipment out for kids to play on and take pictures. So come out for our sale all week, and Kids Day is October 5th. You can find out more information and directions at countryarbors.com.
Hi, Marty Smith here, and my friends at Marathon are really helping you save. Because right now you get 5 cents off every gallon every day with Make It Count rewards from Marathon. Plus, you can earn points for additional savings on fuel, airfare, hotels, and more. It's quick and easy to join. Just visit makeitcount.com/radio or download the free app. So start saving today with Make It Count from Marathon. Offer valid only at participating Marathon locations. Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
It's time for another My Journey with Mettler.
My name's Brock Ideas. My hometown is Gifford, Illinois, and I'm a farmer. This spring, I suffered from a leg injury as a result of training improperly. Both of my lower calves were in constant pain. And every day I'm grateful for the answered prayer of being led to the Mettler Center. They're extremely helpful. The physical therapist I specifically had, he was a very good listener. I enjoyed listening to his advice and putting it into practice into my daily life.
Start your journey with Mettler Center. Visit MettlerCenter.com today.
We've got your weather forecast, and it's looking pretty good with a high 86. Another warm one today, 67 our low tonight. And we've got a 20% chance of precipitation as we have more clouds as the day wears on. And again, that chance of rain. Chance of rain at 10% both Thursday and Friday as we have more fall-like conditions. High 71 for Thursday, down to 46 in the evening. Up to 68 on Friday, down to 48 at night. Great for the Friday night football games, and I hope we have great games going on, terrific sportsmanship, and all of that. And if you hadn't heard, we have the NL wild card last night with the Nationals on top. I know when I went to bed, Milwaukee's Brewers were on top. 4-3, Washington Nationals win that and make their way through to play the LA Dodgers. On the American League side, it'll be Oakland hosting the Tampa Bay Rays this evening. Out on the West Coast, we have Wendy Patrick checking in with us here at ESPN 93.5. Good morning, Wendy. How are you?
Good morning. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, I'm glad you're joining us. When it comes to all this impeachment stuff, I just wonder the legal perspective of all this, and I'm glad you're joining us this morning on ESPN 93.5 to give us your insight. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what, Diane, it's a great question because when people hear the word impeachment, they think it means removing somebody from office. Actually, it doesn't. An impeachment is an indictment. So this is something that happens constitutionally in the House of Representatives. So what they're doing now in this formalized inquiry that you heard the Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, talking about is looking to see whether or not there's enough evidence to draft articles of impeachment. So if you have a simple majority in the House that vote out these articles, they then go to the Senate, where basically, in this case, Diane, they're dead on arrival. This is a road to nowhere because there is no way 2/3 of the Senate is going to vote to remove the president from office. It's just not going to happen. So although it's an exercise in futility, what you hear a lot of the Democratic leaders saying is, well, we feel this is our duty. We have to do it. There's enough evidence to move forward. And remember, you don't need evidence of criminal behavior, just evidence of conduct unbecoming, unethical behavior, whatever it is that they feel, without a lot of legal precedent to back it up, that justifies moving forward and drafting these articles. That's where they are right now.
Well, when we look at our past, I know this happened with Bill Clinton. That's the one that we probably all mostly remember from 1999. But there was some stirring up with Andrew Johnson in 1868. So
that's right. But that's how far back we have to go.
Yeah.
I mean, we have only two instances, because remember, Nixon resigned. We only have two instances to go by. And Bill Clinton, we get so caught up in the Monica Lewinsky scandal, we forget that he actually was, these were two federal crimes that he committed, obstruction of justice and perjury. We don't have anything like that with respect to President Trump. We have now, the latest is the statements he made in the call with the president of the Ukraine, which he released a rough transcript of. It is nowhere near the caliber of evidence we've had before. But be that as it may, the lawmakers are just without a body of established law to use to determine what exactly is a high crime and a misdemeanor. It's basically up to the House to decide what qualifies, but is that really fair? That's something they should worry about going into an election year.
Visiting with Wendy Patrick on ESPN 93.5. Great insight that they have to draft these articles of impeachment before the process is even beginning, and then they have to vote to remove the president. That's a long process. Really, I think they're just trying to smear his image like it needs any more smearing. We all know how bombastic he is.
Right, and that's exactly the analysis that many of American people are going through, and it could backfire on the Democrats, and they could actually end up feeling sorry for President Trump that he's going through this, when for his part, he keeps saying, look, I'm trying to put people back to work and lower the cost of drug prices and lower your taxes and make everybody prosperous. Some Americans, I mean, they don't want a president like that out of office because they're enjoying the benefits. Not to mention the fact that nobody likes a procedure without due process. If you have a whistleblower that's remaining anonymous, i.e. no right to confront and cross-examine, and have a procedure that basically doesn't use the kind of rules of evidence that a courtroom does, which is why hearsay is admissible in Congress, there are many Americans that say, you know what, maybe there are grounds to impeach him, but it's got to be through a process that's fair. And what they're watching, they are not quite sure that this is exactly the process they want to get behind.
Another topic I thought I'd bring up with you, Wendy, was this restaurant in Baltimore having a dress code, and now they're accused of discrimination. Can you describe that scenario?
So there was a restaurant in Baltimore that even before it opened, it decided to implement a dress code that it advertised on the internet that was very offensive to some people. It banned things like excessively baggy clothing, athletic attire, jerseys, brimless headgear, and it was accused of being racist. And the argument was that it appeared to target blacks, and obviously you can't do that if you're an establishment. No, I mean, of course, the restaurant fought back and said, absolutely not. We intend to enforce this policy across the board with regard for whatever race, nationality, religion anybody is. This is just house rules we want to put into practice because let's face it, we all grew up with the no shoes, no shirt, no service. There is, you do get, if you're in a business, you have the right to ban certain types of clothing. Many restaurants do it. They probably didn't do it in the blatant way that this restaurant did, which required it. I guess they had the behind-the-scenes meeting as to can we tone down these rules. They did so, and the final list, which is on their website now, which I went and checked again last night, is they do have a set of rules, but there are certainly not exactly the same rules as they did at the beginning. They do, by the way, still say, for example, no work, construction, or hunting boots, no jerseys allowed except your team's game days, and no athletic attire after 10 p.m. And they define that as sweats or gym clothes. So, I mean, those do not sound as racist as maybe some other things they could have said. Right. But, you really run the risk when you have a list that you put out there that words matter in today's society, and it's a sign of the times that somebody might take offense.
Always love hearing your insight, Wendy. It's interesting to talk about the dress code. Obviously, they just want to be a little more upscale and have their clients all feel that way in that atmosphere. Good stuff. Thanks for joining me.
Always a pleasure. Thanks, Ann.
All right, take care. ESPN 93.5. Good discussion with Wendy Patrick this morning. It is 7:42, so we'll get to some sports headlines next. I know with me being a Cubs fan, it came up yesterday when we had some folks come in with some of our deals with GoStever.com. By the way, today at 8:30, it's Rosati's Pizza. Go to GoStever.com. Anyway, we'll talk about the Cubs shortlist for the new manager that Theo Epstein has talked about as Hans D., our intern in the drive with Lante and Derek Piper, has joined me this morning, and he has some insight too. Coming up next on ESPN 93.5.
There's no one like you. No one else with the life you live or body you were born with. Just you. GNC for You is personalized daily packs delivered to your door each month. Packs with your name on them. Filled with the industry's best vitamins and supplements. A regimen designed for the goals you have, built around a profile we developed from answers provided by you. And it's from GNC, a name you trust. Don't take someone else's vitamins. You don't need to, because there's GNC for You. Take the free quiz at GNCforyou.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Will Kane.
If you're going to say, you know what, we ought to just go ahead and let student athletes be paid, what happens to the non-revenue sports, like Olympic sports? But because I dared to venture into lands of the unknown, to recognize that I don't have the ego, the hubris, to know exactly how this is going to play out, I have sinned against the orthodoxy of sports media. Oh, Will, it is already corrupt in college sports. And my answer to you is right. So do you want to turn a loophole into a sinkhole? Do you want to drown the entire structure of college sports in under-the-table payments? Do you want to kill amateur sports? Because you might just be real about it. You might just not be a phony about it. You might not hide behind the idea that everything behind the name, image, and likeness profiteering will be just fine.
Get more from Will Kane today from 3 to 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN News, or on the ESPN app.
Cooler weather's around the corner, and our AutoZone Rewards program is here to help you get your ride ready for those fall drives. Members get a $20 reward every time they spend $20 or more 5 times, which means you'll have more to spend on great deals, just like this one. Get 5 quarts of Castrol GTX high mileage motor oil and an SDP oil filter for just $28.99. Visit us at AutoZone.com and start the job fast. See terms at AutoZone.com/rewards. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
All right, it's time for some straight talk. You wouldn't pay $100 for seats to a baseball game where you can get the same seats for $50. So why pay more on your wireless when you can get the same 4G LTE networks for up to half the cost? For $45 a month, get our unlimited plan with 25 gigs of high-speed data from Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, only at Walmart.
Savings may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
It's 7:45. Hope your morning's going well. 73 already. A warm one today, up to 84. We've got your weather forecast inside the next 10 minutes here on ESPN 93.5. First, our Redbird recap as we spotlight the game tomorrow at 4. That'll happen here on ESPN 93.5 as your Cardinal affiliate as they take on the Atlanta Braves. It was all about the National League wild card last night.
Just one day away from the Cardinals and Braves opening up the National League Divisional Series in Atlanta. Game 1 will be tomorrow night. Miles Michaelis will be on the mound for the Cardinals. That announcement came yesterday from the club. Both the Redbirds and Braves will be on the field in Atlanta today, working out and also meeting with the media prior to their game tomorrow night. Last night, the Washington Nationals punched their ticket to the NLDS, coming from behind and erasing a 3-0 deficit to beat the Milwaukee Brewers 4-3 in D.C. Milwaukee jumped on Max Scherzer early with a 2-run home run from Yasmani Grandal in the first and a home run from Eric Thames in the second, but the Nationals came back. They will get the Dodgers in the NLDS tonight, the Rays and A's in Oakland. I'm Chris Raby on the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network.
And with Hans D joining me in the studio. Thanks for coming in this morning, Hans. I know it's rather early for you.
Oh, it's fine. Thank you.
And you go to Parkland these days, and you're studying to be a pilot.
Yeah. I want to be an airline pilot.
Awesome.
That's my goal.
Well, and I know you're a Cubs fan, and you've been looking at Theo Epstein and that short list, and it seems like the fans are favoring former catcher David Ross at this point, right?
Yes. David Ross is probably the number one pick for fans as well. And 2 other guys, Mark Loretta, who is the Cubs bench coach, and Will Venable, who is the Cubs first base coach. Sorry.
You know, do these guys have what it takes, I wonder, to manage the Cubs? Big shoes to fill with Joe Madden.
Yeah.
How did you feel about him being dismissed?
I really liked him, but I understand where Theo's coming from. He wants someone to sustain the victories that the Cubs have because they've been just kind of going downhill. And I think the Cubs had the most errors in the MLB this past season. Ooh. And so I think they're looking for someone who's a little more strict and, keeping them alert. So I don't know if David Ross will be the best choice because I feel like he's a little more laid back. I like him a lot, but I don't know if he's great for the manager position.
If you have a comment, 359-2255. We always love to hear from you and get your perspective if you're a Cubs fan and want to chime in about potential managers since the list is out there of what he's considering. I've also heard there's some playoff stuff going on that's preventing him from reaching out to some of these other managers. So we'll just see how it all shakes out. Illinois soccer in action tomorrow night against the Indiana Hoosiers at 7 o'clock. The Pink Out will be happening as they kick cancer as the theme tomorrow night. Hope the weather cooperates and it's going to be a great game. As far as football goes, will be up in Minneapolis at 2:30 on Saturday, taking on Minnesota and those Golden Gophers. Think we have a shot, Hans?
You know, I said it yesterday. I think we're going to win this one.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Good feelings. And I know that Dick Butkus statue, 12-footer, right near Memorial Stadium, that ceremony in the afternoon on October 11th is something that I'm writing down for that dedication. So that should be a lot of fun for Illini fans. We've always got a chat on Wednesdays around 7:50 with my friend Steve Suderman over at Good Vibes. And he's always got interesting insight on some of the sports you can watch on TV. So we'll check in with him next. And we'll get your weather forecast here on ESPN 93.5 as Stevie Dre is traveling Europe. I'm Diane Ducey.
Did you know overall job satisfaction is at its highest level in 15 years? Wow. 51%. Wait, what? That's barely half. Would you see a doctor with 51% patient satisfaction? No way. Yet 49% of you keep driving to that unsatisfying job. Why? You have options. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Classes meet just twice a week. It's not rocket science. It's My Computer Career. mycomputercareer.edu.
I fell in love. This place is delicious. One of the best restaurants for fine dining in Champaign. Those are just some of the reviews about Miga Restaurant in downtown Champaign, specializing in sushi, Asian-influenced dishes, wine, and cocktails. Miga Restaurant, open Monday through Saturday. Call and schedule your reservation for a date night, special celebration, or just because. Miga Restaurant at 398-1020.
What you do with the Champaign Police Department. Explain what that's all about.
Yeah, so I wear quite a bit of hats there. I am a hostage negotiator. I am a crisis intervention officer. I also do the wristwatch, which I love. It gives me an opportunity to go out and speak to the second and third graders here in the city.
Nice.
You know, give them knowledge and some tips on bike and pedestrian safety, and to see these kids' face when I walk in uniform and they ask me 1,000 questions. Of course, about 98% of those are not bike and pedestrian safety related, but I still love the interaction and seeing their faces and them being excited to see a police officer. And you know, I try to give them, whether it be stickers or pencils or something, you know, give back to them and say, you know, hey, I appreciate you guys paying attention to me for this, 20, 25 minutes.
Exactly. Officer Walton, I appreciate you explaining some parts of your career with Champaign Police.
Yes.
Law Enforcement Official of the Month brought to you by SK Exteriors. Their website, callsktoday.com.
As far as your weather goes, it looks pretty good. Our weather forecast brought to you by Gerber Collision. When do you get it to Gerber? When you back into someone who's backing out. Oh, I hate when that happens. Gerber locations can be found at gerbercollision.com or call 8777-GERBER. We've got partly cloudy conditions. Warm today to start. High 86, low 67. Chance of showers later at 20%. 71 the high tomorrow, down to around 46. Only up to 68 with partly cloudy conditions and a 10% chance of showers on Friday's forecast. 74 the high Saturday, 70 on Sunday. I know there's lots of fun things to do over the weekend, so I hope our weather cooperates with your activity. I know for me, I'll be out at Meadowbrook Park between 8 and noon, and it's the walk to end Alzheimer's. So I was visiting with my friend Kathy yesterday about that and participating. ESPN 93.5, bringing up on our studio line, Steve Suderman of Good Vibes.
Hey, good morning, Diane.
How are ya?
Well, I'm good. I'm on my way to a dealer show because as soon as we hang up, literally, I'm heading for it's at Elk Grove Village with one of our major suppliers that we get LG and Onkyo and Polk soundbars and a bunch of stuff from. So they've got some things they're holding up their sleeves that I'm anxious to see. And there's some training and all that because I got to keep up on things. Yep. But this is kind of a calm before the storm. The tariffs on Chinese-made products are beginning to take effect, and we're seeing things like the volume controls we put in the wall. There's some of the speakers have Chinese woofers, and there's a lot of products that are either made in Japan or use Chinese parts that are being affected and going up. Meanwhile, the TV companies, Sony and LG that we sell, they are not Chinese products. They're Sony builds in Japan, and a lot of the stuff's made in North America. LG's from Korea, and they're being real aggressive because they're watching the TVs that come from China get tariffed that have to go up. So what's ironic here is kind of the Walmart TVs. They're going to cost more, and the good stuff, all of it's dropping on Monday. We're going to have the OLED 77-inch TV. It used to be, it's a five-figure product. It's going to be $49.99. That's like the holy grail of televisions. You'll be able to get 4K TVs for under $300. So anywhere from, what's really affordable and reasonable to the sky's the limit. If you want the best race car you can drive, so to speak, in a TV, we're going to have them at prices that have never been here before. So I'm pretty excited about what's coming up here.
All right. Well, happy travels with your seminar coming up and getting those extra certifications from Good Vibes. That's always good to know, and be right on top of it when it comes to today's technology. And I'm takeaway from this is Monday we should come by Good Vibes there near Round Barn.
Monday, we're going to know a little more. They've already announced what the pricing is going to be. We just can't order it till.
I see. Okay. Well, good to know. Tell us where we can get in touch with you.
You can find us on the web at gvibes.com, and you can look for those prices next week. You can find us at 2010 Round Barn Road in Champaign, or call me up at 351-0909.
Awesome. Have a terrific day, Steve. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Diane.
All right, take care. ESPN 93.5. Stevie with these crazy ideas. Easy, Stever, was what the kids used to say. That's why we came up with this GoStever.com site. And then 8:30, we'll go live with an offer from Rosati's. They're located at 701 South Gregory in Urbana, just south of Cranert Center. As you go to GoStever.com, make sure you get yourself registered. You'll click on this offer and hit accept when it goes live at 8:30 today. ESPN 93.5.
I still call it Mercy Hospital. I miss having breakfast at Aunt Sonia's. I'm a Unity Rocket, but deep down inside, I'm still a Homer Panther. I'm JJ Farney, mortgage lender at Molitor Financial Group in Champaign. When you're buying or refinancing your home, it's important that your partner have real ties to this community. I've worked for you through public service. Now I'm working with you. I'm pretty sure you can't get much more local than JJ Farney, and I guarantee you won't find a lender more dedicated to their clients. Come visit me, JJ Farney, at MolitorFinancial.com.
NMLS number 1810670. Molitor Financial Group is an Illinois mortgage licensee.
Hi, I'm Habib, and this is your Motivational Minute. Ecclesiastes 12 says, "Remember your Creator in the days of your youth, before the days of trouble come, before the sun and the light and the moon and the stars grow dark. Remember Him before the silver cord is severed, and the golden bowl is broken, and the dust returns to the ground it came from, and the spirit returns to God who gave it." The word remember means much more than remember. Here it means honor, reflect on, think about in a good way. It's much more than just a passing thought. In addition to remembering our Creator, we ought to remember those who have been instrumental in our lives. Our families, parents who brought us up, grandparents, children, teachers, friends who were by our side when we needed them. Remember your Creator and your loved ones in the days of your youth, before the days of trouble come, before the silver cord is severed and the golden bowl is broken. I'm Habib, and this was your Motivational Minute, brought to you by A&R Mechanical and H2 Leadership.
Save the date for trick-or-treating with the stars. It's back. Sunday, October 27th in the Ubben Basketball Practice Facility at 4th and St. Mary in Champaign from 3 to 5. Free candy, autographs from the U of I women's basketball team and coaching staff. Powered by the U of I Community Credit Union, the Department of Athletics at Illinois, ChampagneMoms.com, and ESPN 93.5. Visit ESPNCU.com.
For the past 16 years, Salt and Light has been a place where many have found help with basic needs, but also a place of refuge. The future of Salt and Light is now in danger. Visit us online at saltandlightministry.org to learn how you can partner in bringing help and hope to our community.
Long's Garage in Urbana and Jasper Engines and Transmissions offer cost-effective solutions to your present engine or transmissions trouble. Avoid a costly new car purchase or high lease payments by putting new life into your present vehicle. Let Long's Garage install a Jasper remanufactured engine or transmission with a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty and available premium service plan. Call Long's Garage at 367-3942. Long's Garage, 217-367-3942.
I'm a lawn guy and proud of it. Pro tip, watch the fall leaves. When that first bad boy drops, boom, get feeding and seeding with Scott's. Lay down Scott's Turf Builder today, and come spring, your lawn will be so thick, green, and strong, neighbors like Steve over there will be mad green with envy.
Hey, sweet lawn, Stevie.
Steve.
Don't be a Steve. Be a lawn guy. Pick up a bag of Scott's Turf Builder today. This is a Scott's Yard.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Quick reminder, Oktoberfest is happening on Saturday night in downtown Champaign. If you want to tap into that, it's a $5 entry fee, 3 bands, lots of beer and food. It should be a whole lot of fun, and it helps Developmental Services Center. Saturday, October 5th, with Stevie J Broadcasting. And Stevie J enjoying Oktoberfest as he is in Germany.
He was on the call, listening to President Trump and Ukraine's leader. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, speaking at a meeting with Italy's foreign minister in Rome, says the call was about helping Ukraine.
It's what our team, including Ambassador Volker, were focused on, was taking down the threat that Russia poses there in Ukraine.
And he added to help Ukraine root out corruption, though Democrats in their impeachment inquiry accused the president of trying to get a foreign leader to investigate his political rival, Joe Biden. Pompeo also complains that House Democrats are intimidating and bullying some State Department workers. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, Secretary Pompeo continued to push back on demands from Democrats in their impeachment inquiry into questioning of current and former officials.
They said that the State Department wouldn't be able to be present. There are important constitutional prerogatives that the executive branch has to be present.
Pompeo said he objects to Democrats contacting employees directly and telling them not to contact legal counsel at the State Department. Democratic committee chairs sent Pompeo a letter demanding that he stop intimidating department witnesses, writing he is now a fact witness in the impeachment inquiry. Dave?
Rachel, today the State Department's Inspector General will brief House and Senate committee staffers. He set up the meeting in what he called an urgent request. The day after jurors in Dallas convicted a former police officer of murder for killing her neighbor, they'll consider Amber Geiger's sentence, 5 years up to life in prison. Allison Jean's son was the victim, and she testified she can't sleep.
I cannot eat. It's just been the most terrible time for me.
Now, Amber Geiger says she shot him by mistake, entering the wrong apartment when she went home, fearing he was an intruder. Walmart is joining CVS, Walgreens, other stores pulling Zantac off the shelves and generic versions of the heartburn pills on fears they contain a cancer-causing substance. America's listening to Fox News.
Are you putting your retirement savings in a 401k, IRA, or investment account? Then I have one word of advice. Stop. Many experts warn of a stock market crash any day now. And if it's anything like the last 2 crashes, you could lose 50% or more of your hard-earned savings in the Wall Street casino. Can you afford to lose half of your retirement savings again? Hey, you don't have to lose a penny because there's a better, safer way to save for retirement. And you can learn all about it in a free report. This is the report Wall Street and big banks desperately hope you never see. Why? Because this method continues to grow your money even when the market tumbles. It lets you take back control of your money and finances, and it gives you penalty-free access to your savings. Plus, it beats the pants off any 401k or IRA. These are uncertain times, so get the information you need today to guarantee your retirement security. To get this free report, go to bankonyourself.com right now. That's bankonyourself.com. Bankonyourself.com.
President Trump just tweeted he won a major victory against the radical left in California, winning the right to be a presidential candidate there. And he complains it's barely being covered by the fake media.
California looking to appeal after a win for the Trump administration, with U.S. District Judge Morrison C. England Jr. temporarily blocking a law requiring the president to release tax returns to be on the state's primary ballot. The judge, appointed by President George W. Bush, writing the measure likely violates the Constitution. It forces candidates for president or governor to file copies of returns dating back 5 years. After the Democratic governor signed the law, which he says holds candidates to higher ethical standards, the Trump campaign sued, arguing states don't have the authority to add another qualification for presidential candidates. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
There's another settlement in the opioid epidemic of drug overdoses and deaths. Johnson & Johnson working out a deal in Ohio to avoid an upcoming federal trial, paying $15 million to 2 counties. J&J also contributing another $5 million to nonprofit agencies that help addicts. Another baby has died in a hot car, the 47th one this year. This time, the 4-month-old found in a van in a school parking lot in Phoenix, Arizona. In Florida, a dead teenager hailed as a hero.
When a burglar broke in, police in Port Charlotte say Kyler Edmond fought to protect his home and his 5-year-old sister.
He's a hero. He's a hero to his sister.
Family friends say the 15-year-old who died last week during a violent struggle with the intruder had a bright future.
Kyler was so big-hearted, goal-oriented. He's an ROTC, wanted to go to the Navy.
The suspect, Ryan Cole, was found nearby with multiple stab wounds. He hasn't yet been charged in the teen's death. Edmund's sister was unharmed. Pam Puso, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down big ahead of the opening bell. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
And it's 8:05. I'm Diane Ducey. Stevie J in Europe right now, enjoying his trip with 34 others from East Central Illinois, up and down the Rhine River with a cruise with Viking. We heard from him earlier today, and it's a pretty cool experience. Stevie J Travel, if you'd like to see some pictures. I saw some social media postings yesterday. Your local news is brought to you by Family Dollar. Sign up for smart coupons at FamilyDollar.com or on the Family Dollar app to save more.
I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. 2.5 years in prison is the sentence for a Champaign man who admitted he fled from police in 2017. 46-year-old Michael Lomolino pleaded guilty to aggravated fleeing and eluding, connected to a traffic stop from June 5th of 2017. The assistant state's attorney says a U of I police officer stopped Lomolino and, given Lomolino's prior drug-related police contacts, asked for help from a canine officer. Lomolino refused to get out of the car and took off. Foxconn Interconnect Technology and the University of Illinois are teaming up for a new $100 million Center for Smart Technology. The Center for Networked Intelligent Components will be headquartered in the college's coordinated science laboratory. The founding director will be Placide Ferreira, professor of mechanical science and engineering. It'll go to the UI Granger College of Engineering. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Fall is in the air, and Family Dollar is here to help get your home ready for the season. This week, select Glade Holiday Air Care items are buy 3, get 1 free while supplies last. Find this deal and more at your neighborhood Family Dollar, where savings never smelled so good.
ESPN 93.5, we've got your weather forecast, and it's brought to you by Chemical Maintenance Incorporated. For all your janitorial and equipment needs, they've got those sprayers that will conquer all kinds of odors, like the food smell and smoke and mold and your pets. They've got this odor eliminator bomb at Chemical Maintenance Incorporated. And if you need the wet or dry vacs, the sweepers and scrubbers, check them out online. It's cmiclean.com or call them at 359-6262. Up to 86, another warm one today, down to 67. The 20% chance of precipitation means things will be shifting for us here in East Central Illinois with a high of only 71, down to 46 tomorrow, 68 the high on Friday, back up to 74 on Saturday with partly cloudy conditions, and partly cloudy Sunday with a high 70. Our current temperature is 73 on ESPN 93.5. And Rodney Davis has joined me in the studio. How are you?
I am doing great, Diane. You know, if Stevie's listening online, wherever he is in this globe, hey, buddy, you know, I thought I'd miss you more, but we're glad to have Diane here.
Thank you for being so hospitable to my family. When we went to Washington, D.C. inside the last few months, that was such a great experience. Let me just start there.
Had a blast. It was an absolute blast.
It was great to visit your office and see how things are done. You know, Congress makes so many big decisions, and obviously you got some things coming down the pipe with all this impeachment stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Let's comment on that, Rodney.
It's probably the second most serious vote I ever thought I'd have to take in Washington. The first being one that I've never had to take, which has been great, is to send our young men and women off to war, to battle for our freedom here in this country. I don't want to ever have to take that vote. But when you run for this office, you sign up to maybe have to one day. I never did think that I would go through an impeachment process. As a matter of fact, when I got to Congress, I would have folks in my own party come and tell me we ought to impeach President Obama because he wasn't born here or something else.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, no, he was born here. I'm sure you might want to impeach him, but that's not the process to use. You settle these differences at the ballot box. I'm not for impeaching President Obama. Well, now, fast forward. We have an impeachment inquiry beginning immediately after the August break where many Democrats, many won districts that Donald Trump won when he ran for president, they were holding off on impeachment, but went home and found out that not every one of the folks that loved him last year love him now. Mm-hmm. And you saw many of these so-called moderate Democrats that got elected with me in Congress last year cave and say, okay, I'm all right for impeachment, which then gave Nancy Pelosi the cover to begin this inquiry with zero evidence to do so whatsoever.
Now, some people don't understand. You have to draft these articles of impeachment before the process can really even begin. And then you have to vote whether you're going to remove the president from office. Yeah. That's what, we hear so much about impeachment. The process hasn't even begun. Do they have any teeth in their accusations?
Well, here's the difference between this process and previous impeachments. We haven't even had a vote on the House floor to proceed to impeachment. That's what is unprecedented about this, too. We should have had a vote on the floor last week when this inquiry began to gauge who's for it and who's not. And instead, Speaker Pelosi just rammed it through, and she's beginning the inquiry through the committees of jurisdiction that I don't serve on. But let's take a step back and figure out why they say this impeachment inquiry started. I would argue the impeachment inquiry started as soon as Nancy Pelosi took the gavel that I witnessed in the House and began down this trek to impeach President Trump and overturn the 2016 election. Now, we hear about this transcript, this call between the Ukrainian president and President Trump. Mm-hmm. I've read the transcript. This is the first transcript ever released from any administration of a call between two leaders of a country that I can remember ever. You want to talk about transparency? The Trump administration just was the most transparent on a transcript in question. Now we have a whistleblower report that's supposed to be about this call, that is about this call, really. And that whistleblower wasn't even on the call.
Right.
So we have a second-hand report of the transcript. Now, read the transcript. I did. I have the luxury of serving with former federal prosecutors, former state prosecutors. I asked them, did you read this? They said yes. I said, would you in your former capacity have charged anyone with a crime? They said, absolutely not. But here's where we are. It's a political impeachment, and I think the American people are going to be upset by it.
Yeah, and I know I'm frustrated with all this. I feel like it's just trying to smear the president's image. And, we all know how bombastic he is. He hits that Twitter account so many times a day and oftentimes is offensive in what he's saying. And, I'm sure there's nothing we can do about that. But he's the leader of our country, and he's making progress from what I can see, especially in the economic world.
Oh, economically, we're doing great. You turn on the 24-hour news cycle, they want to talk us out of how good the economy's going. 500,000 manufacturing jobs open. And if you're a college student right now at Parkland, at U of I, and you're graduating, look at the opportunities. Wages have gone up. You have sustained 3.7% around there unemployment. Wow. I can remember a few years ago when I first ran for this job, Decatur had a double-digit unemployment.
Yeah.
Now they can't hire enough people.
That's right.
So that's a good place to be. But one thing I found, Diane, and you see it a lot, no matter where we turn, people are so intoxicated by politics that it doesn't matter what happens, what reality is. They're going to just base what they think is their own perception because they turn it into their own reality due to politics.
Mm-hmm. It's too bad the media is the way it is these days, and here we are, part of it, I guess, here on ESPN 93.5. But, we're trying to just present the the facts and the truth, trying to find the truth. It's so difficult with so many things coming through a slant of opinion these days.
Facts matter. And, recently we had an open forum here in Champaign-Urbana, and I didn't expect it. We partnered with the News Gazette. Mm-hmm. I did expect that. But afterwards, I didn't know they wanted to fact check what I said. Oh. And, I'm okay with that.
Go ahead.
Good. Yeah, it was great. It was like true. Hey, you know what? Facts matter.
Yeah, they do.
You cannot. You also have to use common sense. Mm-hmm. And that's where I see a lot of times, we need to have that discussion. People are worried about everyone's feelings. Hey, I want everybody to feel good, but at some point you got to learn how to critically think. You got to learn how to talk to people who may disagree with you, rather than just, going into a histrionic fit over the fact that somebody didn't automatically believe what you said and then automatically didn't take your beliefs as facts when they had facts that they presented to you to have a debate. So these are the things that I've learned. I didn't expect to deal with as much when I ran for this office.
Right.
But you know what? I enjoy it because, again, I don't mind debating the issues. I want to put the facts on the table. And if I'm wrong about a fact, I am glad to admit that, and I'm glad to actually hear yours.
And I like how open you are, too. And speaking of that, how do we get in touch with you in order to continue the conversation, or if we have an issue in your district?
Well, we have a list of our open office hours. We have a few of them this week. This allows us to, this week and next, come see me. You don't need an appointment. Stop on by. Would love to see you. I think we have one next week close by here in Monticello. Mm-hmm. We've had our public forums, Decatur, Champaign. We'll look for more of those coming up in the future.
Good.
These are different opportunities for folks to come in different settings. We want everybody to have a chance. But really, you want to chat, you want to talk, you want to set up an appointment sometime too, call my office. You can go to my website. RodneyDavis.house.gov.
Okay.
Look, I want to hear from you. We'll chat with you. We'll talk with you. We'll debate the issues if you want to debate, but also we'll help you if you need help with the federal government.
That's right. Now, you started the conversation saying, when I took my oath, I didn't want to send the soldiers out to war. I just wanted to thank you for all you do for our soldiers, and especially getting them into employment situations. I ran into Garrett Anderson yesterday.
Garrett's such a great
over
guy.
At the Center for Wounded Veterans, and he does such a great job on the U of I campus. And just wanted to thank you for that. My daughter's in the Illinois National Guard, and Gabby is serving in the Army herself, has a couple of years left of that, a senior at ISU, and we always appreciate all you do for our soldiers. So,
well, thank you, Dan. Please give Gabby my best. And with my 3 kids over at ISU, I'm sure they'll all run into each other sometime.
Yes, that's probably right. What a fun chapter for you in life. So is there anything you need to add as we conclude our interview here? I just thank you for all you're doing.
Well,
in the
thank
DC.
you. Thank you. It's been fun. And tell everybody in your family that I got a chance to meet Hello again. That was a great opportunity.
Okay.
Tell your son loved getting a chance to meet him. And I hope he loved the WWE belt.
That's right. And we've got some action actually coming down the pipe here at the State Farm Center regarding that. So Aiden's all excited I was visiting with him on supper yesterday. Congressman Rodney Davis. Again, rodneydavis.house.gov if you want to reach out for more. ESPN 93.5.
After years of hard work, ensure your efforts pay off, literally. Busey promises to make your money work for you. With more than 150 years of strength and service, Busey is the ideal partner to ensure your dreams become reality. Visit Busey.com or stop by one of our many convenient locations for solutions to your banking and wealth management needs. Busey, fulfilling dreams since 1868. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Stevie J. So I have these new Stevie J Broadcasting logoed shirts that I got from Game Day Spirit. I get so many people looking at them, asking where I got them. It's because the logo looks great and the quality of the shirt is really nice. Anyway, it's a great product from Game Day Spirit, locally owned and operated. They're professional and they'll take care of your corporate apparel needs just like they did for me. Get a free quote. Email sales@gamedayspirit.com. That's sales@gamedayspirit.com.
ESPN 93.5. Ooh, the wild cards are being distributed now with all kinds of fun games. On ESPN 93.5, we have your Redbird recap.
Just one day away from the Cardinals and Braves opening up the National League Divisional Series in Atlanta. Game 1 will be tomorrow night. Miles Michaelis will be on the mound for the Cardinals. That announcement came yesterday from the club. Both the Redbirds and Braves will be on the field in Atlanta today, working out and also meeting with the media prior to their game tomorrow night. Last night, the Washington Nationals punched their ticket to the NLDS, coming from behind and erasing a 3-0 deficit to beat the Milwaukee Brewers 4-3 in D.C. Milwaukee jumped on Max Scherzer early with a 2-run home run from Yasmani Grandal in the first and a home run from Eric Thames in the second, but the Nationals came back. They will get the Dodgers in the NLDS tonight, the Rays and A's in Oakland. I'm Chris Raby on the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network.
And we've got your weather forecast, and it's brought to you by Watts Copy System, your local copier and printer specialist in Champaign-Urbana the past 35-plus years, wattscopy.com. We've got a high of 84 expected today, still a little warm, down to 67 this evening, 20% shot at showers, 10% chance of rain Thursday and Friday, high 71, low down into the mid-40s. Over the weekend, we're up towards 73. And right now, the temperature is at 73. ESPN 93.5, your Fox Business Minute, brought to you by Provident Financial Group. Partnerships you can trust. Provident Financial Group, LLC.com.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Hiring by private companies weakened in September. Payroll processing company ADP is reporting 135,000 new private sector jobs were created last month. The number is slightly weaker than expected. It's also weaker than August, and the number of jobs created by private companies in August was revised down from 195,000 to 157,000. The Labor Department releases its September employment report on Friday. Deere & Company says it will be laying off more than 160 workers in Illinois and Iowa because of weaker demand for its heavy equipment. And General Motors says it will idle a factory in Mexico that makes Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra pickups because of a part shortage caused by the UAW strike in the U.S. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola. Invested in you.
Attention Dish customers, football season is here, but you could miss it. Dish dropped FS1 and BTN. Dish customers will miss college football on FS1 and BTN, MLB playoffs on FS1, and more. Dish dropped your favorite Fox sports and shows, so drop Dish. Dish customers, switch to another TV provider that carries your Fox sports and shows. Call 1-800-KEEP-FOX or visit keepfox.com.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. As independent financial advisors, we can help ensure you're following a strategy that makes sense no matter what the market is doing. Take control of your financial life with a complimentary consultation. We will create a plan that's right for you. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place in Champaign or call us at 217-366-3456 or online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
You know, if you're looking for a great steak or you want some fall off the bone ribs, you got to make the trip to Gifford to check out Long Branch Steakhouse. Donnie and Hunter, well, they came in and brought ribs to us on the radio show the other day, and now I'm making plans to get back to Gifford to enjoy another slab, along with some homemade sides, homemade dressing for the salad, and, of course, ice-cold beer. They've got reasonable prices. It's a short drive away to the Long Branch Steakhouse on Main Street in downtown Gifford. Go check it out. Promise you won't be disappointed.
There's no one like you. No one else with the life you live or body you were born with. Just you. GNC for You is personalized daily packs delivered to your door each month. Packs with your name on them. Filled with the industry's best vitamins and supplements. A regimen designed for the goals you have, built around a profile we developed from answers provided by you. And it's from GNC, a name you trust. Don't take someone else's vitamins. You don't need to, because there's GNC for You. Take the free quiz at GNCforyou.com.
ESPN 93.5, I'm Diane Ducey, and I know with it being National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, Busey can help you out with that. In fact, 17.6 million Americans are victims of identity theft each year. You might know somebody who's had their identity swipe. 2/3 of identity theft victims reported a direct financial loss as the result. Criminals may open credit cards, apply for a loan, or rent an apartment in your good name. So, what dangers do customers face? Social engineering. These thieves will email, it's called phishing, or call or text. Your bank would never do that, or any, quality financial institute. Hacking. Your computers, smartphones, tablets could all be at risk. A data breach could happen. So to protect your finances, of course, you switch out your passwords as much as you can. You never log into financial accounts or shop online using public Wi-Fi. These are all tips that you can protect yourself and be proactive. And Busey has more information as you check out an information security center at Busey.com to stay informed. Busey, member FDIC. Well, I'm almost tempted to get our ESPN Sports Center bed here for Hans and I's chat right now, since we had to kind of keep it short with Congressman Rodney Davis running over. Always love when he pops in here and gives us his side of the story. But this National League wild card was indeed wild. Hans, you said you saw the end of the game, which was the good one. I know I was watching, and Brewers were up like 3-0, but the Nationals went on to win 4-3.
Yeah, it was very exciting. Juan Soto, who's only 20 years old, had a clutch go-ahead 3-run hit to take the lead in the 8th inning, and the crowd was just nuts after that.
Oh, man!
Yeah, and they stood on their feet for the rest of the 2 innings.
All right,
it was amazing.
All right,
and the Nats will head to LA to face the Dodgers in the NLDS.
Excellent. So now we have the American League, and we'll have the Oakland Athletics hosting the Tampa Bay Rays. Any stats on that we need to know?
Oakland will be starting Sean Manaea, who has a 1.21 ERA, and the Rays will be starting Charlie Morton, who has a 3.05 ERA. So that'll be an exciting game.
Uh-huh. And, of course, we have our Cardinals in action here on ESPN 93.5 tomorrow afternoon at 4. So the drive is essentially off tomorrow, right?
Yes.
And I think the Friday game, is there a Friday game?
Yes, there's a Friday game.
3 o'clock something.
Yeah, the drive, we won't have the drive on Thursday.
Well, Derek Piper and Lonte get some time off, and so do you, Hans D.
Yeah.
But I know that Dallas Keuchel is scheduled for the Braves, and Miles Michaelis for the Cardinals tomorrow at 4, and then Jack Flaherty they'll use in Game 2. Now, our Cubs have been looking over the manager list. We've hit that a few times this morning and what Theo Epstein's choices are. Right now, he's kind of focusing on the Cubs organization internally.
And so they want either David Ross, former catcher of the Chicago Cubs. They could have the Cubs bench coach Mark Loretta, or the Cubs first base coach Will Venable. Those are the top 3 that they're kind of looking at.
All right, we'll stay tuned for that. I know there's an Illini football player, Chase McLaughlin, who's had some movements recently.
Yes, the LA Chargers have signed former Illini kicker Chase McLaughlin. McLaughlin was awarded Big Ten Kicker of the Year last year, and this will be his first chance at joining the NFL 53-man roster.
Nice! Go Illini, beat Minnesota. That kickoff up in Minneapolis is Saturday at 2:30. And we have our Illini ladies in action against the Hoosiers at 7 o'clock tomorrow with a pink out going on. They want to kick cancer as the theme to that 7 o'clock kickoff. They've got a pretty good record right now.
Yeah, they're 7-3 and 4-0 at home.
Excellent. Well, good job with that discussion, Hans. I appreciate you being here on ESPN 93.5.
At Honda BMW, they believe in letting you make the choice when you're ready. And now you don't even need to come into their award-winning dealership to buy your car if you don't want to. Just go to drivechampagne.com, click on the type of vehicle you're interested in, and look to the right-hand side of the page. It says Express Purchase. That means you can buy a car on your computer right now, only at the award-winning Honda BMW Express Purchase. Go to drivechampagne.com.
Hey, Joe, you got that spreadsheet for me?
Yeah, 1 second, Larry. Let me pull it up. Where'd it go?
Hey, I'm going to need that spreadsheet ASAP, Joe.
Yeah, sure, Larry. Just 1 second. It's gone. Everything's gone. My emails, my spreadsheets, my fantasy football league.
This is Joe. Don't be like Joe. Give Area Wide Technologies in Champaign a call at 359-8041. They'll make sure your work setup is secure and running smoothly. Then you won't be in a situation like Joe.
Hey, this is Kirk Herbstreit. This team's going to need to change the momentum in the second half. Let's listen in to the head coach to hear his halftime speech.
Listen to me. It all comes down to now. I want to see some fire. A fire that could perfectly grill an Eckrich smoked sausage. And I want to see more from you out there. More flavor, more condiments. This is a home gate after all. Now start eating like you belong here.
Yeah! Okay, now I'm fired up. Eckrich, you do you.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm a cooler. You're driving to a tailgate, so you filled me up with ice and cans. But I pop open, you panic, and if you've got cut rate insurance, there might be a few less cans in your ice. So get Allstate.
Allstate, where your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Accident forgiveness from Allstate. Contact your local agent today. Are you in good hands?
Not available in every state. Features are optional, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and its affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Fox Tonight. Critics rave it's a smash. A family-friendly godsend.
Yes, girl, yes!
And it's back.
Who is the Masked Singer?
You won't believe the celebrity we unmask next. Then, yesterday, they were strangers. Today,
the miracle of DNA testing.
We're genetically connected.
They're sisters.
Our worlds have turned upside down, but I'm going to be here for you.
The premiere of Almost Family. After The Masked Singer. Fox Tonight.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands. Here's a great offer from Lands. For a limited time, we're offering instant rebates up to $1,000 or special long-term financing with approved credit on qualifying trained systems. That's $1,000 in instant rebates or special financing. Call Lands for details or find us online at landsinc.com. And remember, it's hard to stop a train. Any season, anytime, you can count on Lands.
See Lands or visit train.com for complete program eligibility dates, details, and restrictions.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo confirms he was on the phone call when President Trump asked Ukraine's president to investigate Joe Biden and his son Hunter. House Democrats accuse him of trying to keep people from testifying. He accuses them of bullying.
They contacted State Department employees directly, told them not to contact legal counsel at the State Department.
Secretary Pompeo in Rome. Ahead of restarted nuclear talks, a U.S. official confirms to Fox News there's been another North Korean missile launch.
North Korea has launched a ballistic missile from the sea, perhaps from a new submarine the country has been working on. North Korea has conducted a flurry of weapons tests in recent months, but this one may have been more provocative. Missiles launched from submarines are harder to detect, and Japan says at least part of the weapon came down in Japanese waters.
Fox's Simon Owen, we've just been told it looks like that missile was launched from a barge or an underwater platform. America is listening to Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. A bronze statue, a replica of Illini football star Dick Butkus, will be unveiled on the east side of Memorial Stadium during a dedication next week. The News-Gazette says it is 12 feet tall. It was sculpted by George Lundeen, an Illinois alumnus. The dedication is October 11th, the day before the Illini game against Chicago. Lundeen did 3 clay models, and Butkus picked out one he liked. It'll be set on a brick and limestone pedestal. Foxconn Interconnect Technology and the University of Illinois are teaming up for a new $100 million Center for Smart Technology. The Center for Networked Intelligent Components will be headquartered in the college's Coordinated Science Laboratory. The founding director will be Placide Ferreira, professor of mechanical science and engineering. It'll go to the UI Granger College of Engineering. The News-Gazette says Foxconn Interconnect Technology committed $50 million over 10 years. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Hi, I'm Habib. Once again, I'm hosting the Live to Lead mega event at the iHotel on Friday, October 11th. John Maxwell and 4 speakers, Angela Ahrens, Marcus Buckingham, Chris Hogan, and Rachel Hollis. Buy your tickets at habibhabib.com. So bring your team. I guarantee you will be better equipped with new perspectives, practical tools, and key takeaways. Improving our minds is like working out. We can't go to the gym just once and expect to be in shape. It's a continuous process. Buy your tickets at habibhabib.com.
Don't miss Kelsey Furniture's annual warehouse sale.
this Saturday, October 5th, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit both locations in Tuscola, the Main Street store and the warehouse on Wilson Street. Hundreds of one-of-a-kind discontinued brand name items, many priced at or below dealer's cost. Large selection of dining rooms, living rooms, bedrooms, and bedding. Delivery service is available, but you can haul your own and save. Family-owned Kelsey Furniture's annual warehouse sale in Tuscola is this Saturday for the look you love for less.
Here's Howie Long for Skechers Wide Fit Footwear.
I'm 6'5", and I can tell you there are certain challenges in life that only big guys understand. Regular clothes don't fit. Heck, regular cars don't fit. But when it comes to shoes, Skechers gets it. That's why I wear Skechers Wide Fit. They've got extra room throughout, giving you room to breathe. And they've got Skechers exclusive air-cooled memory foam for comfort that lasts all day long.
Find Skechers Wide Fit at a Skechers store near you or wherever stylish shoes are sold. Skechers, comfort included.
It's Mattress Firm's Save Big Sale. Save up to $400. Plus, get 0% APR for 6 years, 0 down, and 0 due at signing. It's as easy as sign, save, sleep. And get a free adjustable base with any purchase of $6.99. Don't wait. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. Call 1-866-780-6220 for credit costs and terms. For new accounts, purchase APR is 29.99%. Subject to credit approval. Valid at participating locations only. For offer details, visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
It's that time again to award the My Office Plus and Long's Garage Player of the Week. The Week 5 My Office Plus and Long's Garage Player of the Week is Watsika Warriors quarterback Drew Wittenborn. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. It was 6. The Warrior quarterback threw for 6 touchdown passes in Watsika's 45-14 win over Dwight. Drew was efficient too. He was 18 for 30, compiling 376 yards passing. Wittenborn spread the ball across the Warriors offense. Connor Curry and Justin Bunting each had 5 receptions. 2 players had 2 touchdowns each in Ethan LaBelle and Braden Haynes. Watsika is now 3-0 and 2-0 in SBC play. The Warriors behind Wittenborn's arm have not scored less than 35 points in a game this year, with a maximum of 45 coming against Dwight. The Watsika Warriors play the Clifton Central Comets this Friday in Clifton. Congrats to Watsika Warriors quarterback Drew Wittenborn for winning the My Office Plus and Long's Garage Player of the Week. The Player of the Week is also sponsored by Prospect Bank.
We've got partly cloudy conditions as we look at our forecast here at ESPN 93.5. Up to 85, down to 67. 71 the high tomorrow, partly cloudy, down to around 46. More fall-like conditions as we wrap up the week Friday with a high 67, low 49. Back into our weekend with partly cloudy conditions and a slight chance for showers. High 74 Saturday, Sunday's high at 69. Simon Owen has joined us on the line on ESPN 93.5. And I believe you're in London, Simon?
Morning, yes.
Stevie J Travel has an excursion right now with 30-plus people enjoying Oktoberfest in Germany, up and down the Rhine River, sipping on wine. It's too bad he can't work in tea at Harrods somewhere in there, huh?
Hey, the Oktoberfest is more of a beer thing than wine, actually, I think.
It's true. In any case, StevieJTravel.com in case you'd like to see some pictures or follow on social media. So it's me, Diane Ducey, today, and my favorite Great Britain guy, Simon Owen, right next to Sting, by the way, as we know, because I'm always asking you if you ever hobnob with Gordon Sumner in all your travels. But today's topic is the United States and Korea and what's up with that. Can you give us a lowdown?
Yes, and a couple of developments in the last 24 hours or so. Firstly, from both North Korea and the United States, both confirming that they are going to restart negotiations, talks about North Korea's nuclear weapons program. This was a big deal 18 months or so ago, huge tensions between the US and North Korea. Then President Trump and Kim Jong-un met for a summit in summer of 2018. They met again in February in Vietnam, and that one did not go well, ended without any kind of deal between the countries, and everything was kind of put on ice. Well, what we've had word now is that officials, negotiators from both sides are going to meet in the coming days. We don't know exactly when, and we don't know where, but both countries are saying that these talks are now back in the diary. Now, a few hours after that announcement, we got word from South Korea that North Korea had fired off another missile. The timing, presumably not a coincidence. South Korea is saying it was a ballistic missile, flew about 280 miles. That's not, in some ways, not unusual for North Korea. It's been firing off a flurry of these weapons in recent months. But a couple of twists on this occasion. It was fired from the sea rather than on land like normal. There was speculation that it may have been fired from a submarine, which would have been a significant provocation because missiles on submarines are much harder to detect. They're a more potent threat, although Fox News understands from two U.S. officials that this was not from a sub, but was from something like a barge or maybe an underwater platform. But the concern about a submarine appears not to be credible, according to the U.S. Investigation into this. But that's one twist, that it was conducted from the water. The second twist is that Japan is saying at least part of this weapon ended up splashing down in Japanese waters. And that would be the closest a North Korean weapon has come to Japan in nearly 2 years. No reports of boats or anything like that being hit. But, I mean, it's dangerous to have this kind of thing coming down in your territory.
Right. Okay. Well, Japan's obviously concerned as the whole world is looking on some of these negotiations. As you mentioned, Simon Owen from London, restarting the negotiations sounded like a positive start, especially if they met in the summer of 2018. And as you mentioned, things went on ice in February in Vietnam. I believe President Trump left abruptly without saying goodbye or anything in those negotiations. So, well, we'll keep watching, and I'm so glad you gave us this report. I appreciate all that you do for us from Fox News Radio in London, Simon.
Thanks, Diane.
All right, have a good one. ESPN 93.5. Well, it's always great to get these reporters from all over the world as a Fox affiliate here on ESPN 93.5. Hans D. spending some time with me this morning, seeing how the show runs. What do you think behind the scenes here?
Good morning. It's busy.
Yeah, I have to juggle when people aren't around. I appreciate you being my hands and getting my collar ready and things like that.
No problem.
And I also need to be checking the phone line every once in a while as people text in to 359-2255. I hope if you see something, you'll just wave your hand or something. But I want the word October or OCT for Oktoberfest, if that's all you can get in. Of course, don't text and drive, but I have Oktoberfest goodies that I can leave up front here at Stevie J Broadcasting in Urbana over by Meyer. If you'd like to tap into that party that helps out Developmental Services Center. So we'll reach out if you're the winner. We've got a stein and a free coupon to have a beverage, and there's some pretzels. A lot of local distributors will be a part of this Oktoberfest scene. There's 3 different bands, so it should be a lot of fun. If you want to text in OCT for October for Oktoberfest, I know that the Music Meisters is one of the bands, and here's some of their music. Doesn't that sound festive, Hans?
Very.
Now, your dad is like a oboe player?
Yes.
Isn't he good?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard some of his stuff before.
Oh, thanks.
And I'm sure it sounds better than this. This is, of course, the clarinet polka. So, in any case, I wonder if he could do this type of stuff, though. It'd be fun to have.
Maybe, yeah.
Your dad make a guest star appearance. The tents are right in front of the Orpheum Children's Science Museum, and it's all happening Saturday, October 5th. And again, a $5 entry to help out Developmental Services Center. They also are doing a raffle ticket to win $4,500 or a trip to Munich for Oktoberfest next year. ESPN 93.5.
Hi, it's Stevie J. When I needed a new roof, I called Roof Doctors. Actually, called a lot of roofing companies to get estimates. But you know, I felt great talking to Randy. I felt that he was honest, reliable, and affordable, and I felt I could trust him. You know what? I was right. They did a terrific job. After they did my roof, I had them do my mom's roof. You know how much you have to like a company to recommend to your mom? With 30 years of experience and the best warranties, call today for a free estimate at 328-7529 or go to roofdoctorsco.com.
Planning a party or an event? Think Big Grove Tavern in downtown Champaign. With 3 large back rooms, Big Grove is the ideal place to host your next important gathering, whether it's for the team after the game or a timeless family gathering. Big Grove has the space and the hospitality to make everyone feel welcome. Features include a full bar and a menu with something for everyone. Contact sales at BigGroveTavern.com or call 217-239-3505 to reserve your private space.
Fox Tonight. Critics rave it's a smash. A family-friendly godsend.
Yes, yes!
And it's back.
Who is the Masked Singer?
You won't believe the celebrity we unmask next. Then, yesterday they were strangers. Today,
The miracle of DNA testing.
We're genetically connected.
they're sisters.
Our worlds have turned upside down, but I'm going to be here for you.
The premiere of Almost Family. After The Masked Singer. Fox Tonight.
If you're looking for a great paying part-time job with flexible hours, check out 2020 Census Jobs. You may have another job or not. You may even be retired or looking for some extra income, but you can also help make sure that everyone gets counted. So apply today at 2020census.gov/jobs to help strengthen your community.
Did you know that October is National Orthodontic Health Month? Angel Smiles Dental wants you to join them in celebrating the power of a smile. Whether you're 12, 16, or 60, a perfect smile is one of your best assets. People everywhere appreciate a friendly smile, so make sure yours is the best in town it can be. Now through the end of October, come in for a free consultation at Angel Smiles Dental in Rantoul. Schedule your appointment at 892-8868. 892-8868. That's 892-8868.
Hey, it's Stevie J. Like many, I knew all about Game Day Spirits Illini gear, but I wasn't so knowledgeable about the corporate apparel they do. But they do really great work. I've had some shirts done, and some of my employees have too. They're very high quality and perfect for your business or organization. If you need something in the summer, need something in the winter, Game Day Spirit does custom screen printing and embroidery for every season or style. From blue collar to the boardroom, they have you covered with corporate apparel. Get a quote. Email sales@gamedayspirit.com. And you'll be pleased.
That is our weather button. This is our sports button. Live radio. Gotta love it. 8:45, Hans D, Diane Ducey, Stevie J in Europe right now. Supposed to be back at the end of the week. And typically on Fridays, Hans, I don't know if you've ever heard, but Mike Ditka and Stevie's brother Johnny have a great conversation. So they'll come over, especially some NFL stuff. The Bears have been looking great. Are you a Bears fan?
Yeah, I'm a Bears fan.
Awesome.
Yeah, turning around.
And, you know, I know the injury, the shoulder injury with Mitch Trubisky, but it seems like the guy who's got next is that
Chase Daniel.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was looking good.
Yeah. Exactly. So I'm glad we got somebody that we're feeling confidence with. And, of course, the Bears defense is awesome. Speaking of football and the NFL, good stuff in Chase McLaughlin's life.
The LA Chargers have signed former Illini kicker Chase McLaughlin. McLaughlin was awarded Big Ten Kicker of the Year last year, and this will be his first chance at joining the NFL 53-man roster.
Awesome. And I love that Jeremy Warner's always right on top of it when it comes to these stories, especially following our Illini. His show coming up between 9 and 11. The Drive from 4 to 6 here on ESPN 93.5 is where you'll hear Hans D appear more often with Lonte and Derek Piper. But they'll be off tomorrow and Friday because the Cardinals are in action against the Atlanta Braves. Now, Dallas Keuchel will pitch for the Braves tomorrow at 4, and Miles Michaelis has got next for the St. Louis Cardinals. Game 2, it looks like they're looking to use Jack Flaherty. So, as Cubs fans, though, we're looking at this managerial list all the time, aren't we, Hans?
Yes, we are. And they have 3 top candidates for the next manager for the Chicago Cubs. That is Cubs first base coach Will Venable, Cubs bench coach Mark Loretta, and former catcher David Ross.
Who seems to be the fan favorite at this point.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And I think he's done some TV and things like that too, so
yes.
I can see why he's in the spotlight. Tonight, looks like for the Oakland A's on the mound in that American League wild card, who are they using?
The Oakland A's are using Sean Manaea.
Okay.
And he's got a good ERA of 1.21. And then the Tampa Bay Rays are using Charlie Morton.
All right. So, of course, last night it was a wild card game. The Nationals came out on top 4-3, When I went to bed, Brewers were up. I was thinking, it's over. But you saw the final, and pretty exciting.
Yeah, the Brewers were up 3-1 for most of the game, and then Juan Soto had a clutch go-ahead 3-run hit to take the lead in the 8th inning.
Woohoo! Now, the Nationals will move on and play the L.A. Dodgers, it looks like.
Yes, they will, in the NLDS.
I think we've combed over most of our sports headlines. I know I'm excited about the Dick Butkus statue that's 12 foot right around Memorial Stadium. I believe off the 4th Street corner there. I believe that is around 2 o'clock when Kent Brown came in last week. And probably when we talk to him at the end of the week, he'll give us more details about that October 11th unveiling. And when it comes to our Illini football team, we're up in Minneapolis. It'll be a 2:30 kickoff on Saturday. Hans D, go Illini. You're feeling like we could win it?
Yes.
Okay, good. And, of course, our Illini soccer team in action tomorrow at 7 o'clock against the Indiana Hoosiers. And we've had a pretty good record so far this season.
Yes, we do. The women's soccer team is 7-3. And they're 4-0 at home, so hopefully they'll win another one and continue to be undefeated.
Yeah, and with Janet Rayfield getting that, 200th victory, it was great to see our Illini doing so well. And when we're back in action against Michigan, that's a week from Saturday, we're back at home. So that means on Monday coming up, we'll have the U of I Meat Sales Room joining us in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I know with you being part of the drive show, Lonte, Derek Piper, Hans D, all enjoying meat grilled out in our parking lot.
Always
and
fun.
Sold here as we gear up for some fun tailgating activity. Well, go Illini. We're ESPN 93.5, back with your weather forecast next.
Long's Garage, the oldest auto repair facility in Champaign-Urbana, deals with engine repairs, transmissions, brakes, suspensions, electrical, air conditioning. But one thing they pride themselves on in the one-stop shop for vehicle repairs is tires. Kumho Tires is having an instant rebate sale. If you buy a set of 4 Kumho passenger tires, you get a $60 credit. If you have a truck and buy a set of 4 light truck tires, you get a $120 credit. So go on to Long's Garage at 503 East Main Street or schedule an appointment at 217-367-3942.
It's literally the best place in East Central Illinois. Exceptional food, excellent service, and a great atmosphere is what you'll find at Miga in downtown Champaign. And the reviews speak for themselves. One says, my wife and I drove over from Decatur for a date night. We were pleasantly surprised. Another says we went for our anniversary. It was such an exciting place. One person even said the absolute best dining. Perhaps the best in the world. Judge for yourself at Miga Restaurant, downtown Champaign.
Your weather forecast looks warm for today, but then more fall-like conditions, especially towards the end of the week. We've got a high of 85 today, 67 our low tonight. More clouds and a chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy, could see some rain tomorrow, otherwise partly cloudy with a high 71, low 46. On Friday, only up to 67, down to 49. I know my Anna Jean is a senior at Unity, and it's a Unity Monticello game on Friday night in Tolono. And Tolono is celebrating with a fall fest from 5 to 9 with a dozen vendors. We've got a band playing and some food trucks. So I'm happy our town's stepping up and doing some tailgating of sorts in downtown Tolono ahead of that Rockets Sages game. On Saturday, I've got the walk to end Alzheimer's at Meadowbrook Park. It looks partly cloudy with a high 74, and the chance of rain is just slight. We're currently at a temperature of 74 on ESPN 93.5.
Lowe's makes it easy for pros like you to save even more on the supplies you need, like great deals going on during our Hitachi clearance event. Hitachi's now Metabo HPT. Same tools, new name, means big savings for you. Plus, save 20% every day on in-stock GAF or Owens Corning shingles when purchased by the pallet. And for a limited time, you can get an additional 5% off all categories with custom quotes of $1,000 or more. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Shingle selection varies by location. 5% offer valid in-store only through 10/4. Visit your pro desk for details. U.S. only.
Stay in the know with alerts from Prospect Bank. Our alert messaging system has been enhanced and now offers more notification opportunities than ever before. Do you want to know when a transaction occurs on your account or a balance hits a certain threshold? Log into online banking at bankprospect.com or through our eMobile app to start utilizing alerts and never miss another notification. Sign up to receive alerts via email, text message, push notification, or your online banking secure inbox. It's smart, it's easy, it's alerts from Prospect Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
ESPN 93.5, if you're looking to upgrade that man cave in the garage, one of those little mini refrigerators, it's the perfect choice. And they've also got, if you're renovating your home or different appliances, the microwaves, dishwashers, man, it is a bummer when your laundry, you can't do your laundry because you're having problems. Maybe it's time to upgrade. You go to Dick Van Dyke Appliance World and someone asks, may I help you? As soon as you walk in the door, which is very unusual. And you can discover all kinds of quality products like Maytag, Electrolux, Bosch, Frigidaire, GE, Whirlpool, and more. Low prices, the best selection in Central Illinois, and maybe you're wanting to explore Dick Van Dyke Appliance World in Decatur or Springfield or Bloomington. Right here in Champaign, it's right off I-74 and Neal Street. They've been going at it since 1977, so they have that appliance experience, and because that's all they do it better than anyone else. Again, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Check them out online. It's appliance-world.com. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you being here, Hans.
Oh, thank you.
It's always fun to do morning radio, and Stevie J is traveling Europe, and I thought, man, let's give Hans a shot. You had some free time in your schedule. I know that Parkland College is challenging, and the pilot program, I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. Right after this, I'm going to go flying, so...
Yay!
Yeah, looking forward to it. And I'm in the Pathway program and taking some journalism classes at U of I. Yeah.
We love you, Hans. We're so proud of you. And I bump into you at church all the time, too.
Yep.
It's kind of funny. We both pop around to different Catholic churches, but I just see you. It seems like every time I go to St. Matthew's or St. John's. So that's always cool, too. A reminder to folks, Champaign-Urbana Schools Foundation has their open house tonight at the Fowler Farm in rural Champaign between 5 and 7. And if you'd like to check that out, they've got food trucks and things like that. At 6 o'clock, they'll have a dedication ceremony with Farm Credit Learn and Grow Pavilion that they've established through a grant. So cool stuff happening there with Hendrick's House Farm and Betsy's Bistro there for some food. So if you need more information, Champaign-Urbana Schools Foundation.org, CUSF.org for details. Enjoy your day. We've got Jeremy Warner's show next. Austin standing by too. ESPN 93.5.
When you're buying a car, you know exactly what you need. But the perfect match should be more than you get. It's also the personal banking experience that helps you get there. That's why Central Illinois' perfect match for auto loans is the U of I Community Credit Union. And right now, with some of the lowest auto loan rates in town, you can go ahead and say yes to all the upgrades. And you don't even have to be a member. So stop by the U of I Community Credit Union, Champaign-Urbana's #1 local auto lender, and apply. Visit us in person on 1st Street in Champaign or stop by 5 Points in Urbana. You can also apply from the comfort of your home online at uoficreditunion.org. Whether you're looking for a brand new vehicle or you're trying to lower your current vehicle loan payment, the U of I Community Credit Union is here to help. We have auto loan rates as low as 2.49% APR for up to 75 months for a limited time. The U of I Community Credit Union is here for campus and community.
Save the date for trick-or-treating with the stars. It's back. Sunday, October 27th in the Ubben Basketball Practice Facility at 4th and St. Mary in Champaign from 3 to 5. Free candy, autographs from the U of I women's basketball team and coaching staff. Powered by the U of I Community Credit Union, the Department of Athletics at Illinois, ChampaignMoms.com, and ESPN 93.5. Visit ESPNCU.com. Officer Kelly Walton from Champaign Police Department different. You are originally from St. Louis, so you felt right at home here with all the Cardinal stuff hanging around.
Oh, I knew it was going to be a good day. As soon as I walked in the door and I seen the little bouquet there, this is Cardinals Nation, and then I got an opportunity to ring the bell like I was at like some 5-star hotel or something. I was like, today's going to be a good day.
I love it. So what do you think about the Cardinals and working their way into October?
Love it. You know, I'm originally from St. Louis, so of course, you know, it's Redbird Nation all year long, you know, strong. So yeah, we're here. We're here for the second part of the real season now, is when it starts now. So,
exactly.
Yeah, I served there in the St. Louis Metro Department. I was honored to work in the Central Patrol. Then from there, I worked downtown. So, you know, I've worked a lot of Cardinals games and Rams when they were there, and then some Blues details, and love my city though.
Law Enforcement Official of the Month brought to you by SK Exteriors. Their website, callsktoday.com.
It's time for another My Journey with Mettler.
My name is Christina Slaby. I love doing physical therapy at Mettler. I did my own research because I knew of some other physical therapy places my friends had gone to and they weren't too happy, so I wanted to find a place that I was really happy with. And that's what I think is really special about physical therapy at Mettler's, that one-on-one attention the whole hour that you're there. It really helped with like strengthening and like figuring out a lot of issues that I didn't think I have.
Start your journey with Mettler Center. Visit MettlerCenter.com today.
Sometimes for inspiration, you just have to look up. For more than 60 years, the Goodyear blimp has fueled greatness on the gridiron by providing aerial coverage of some of the most legendary moments in college football history. When the Goodyear blimp rises above a stadium, it inspires players to reach higher and rise to the challenge of the game's biggest moments. Now it's your turn to go further with Goodyear. Discover tires made to rise above the rest. Learn more at Goodyear.com. Goodyear. More driven.
The sounds of fresh meat grilling, the sounds of the marching Illini, and the sounds of Lovie Smith and his Fighting Illini taking the field at Memorial Stadium. Ensure you have the best tailgate and get your meat from the U of I Meat Sales Room. They have fresh meat weekly, sausage, bacon, and eggs too. It's local fresh meat from right here in Champaign-Urbana. The U of I Meat Sales Room, open Tuesdays and Thursdays 1 to 5:30 p.m. and Friday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Located off Florida on Maryland Avenue in Urbana. Have the best tailgate this season when you buy your meat from the U of I Meat Sales Room.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana. You're